So, when Mourinho joined Manchester United, he convinced the board that the best support they could give him, the chosen one, was signing the one and only Paul Pogba. Football was once a white man's sport, much like Christianity. Over the centuries, through colonization, migration, slavery, assimilation, and most importantly, war, the white man's game spread to other parts of the world, including Africa, where humanity began. Over the last century, African footballers have showcased their skills on some of the biggest stages in the world. Those who migrated to Western countries have achieved even more, winning world trophies for those nations. Some have even filled an entire starting lineup, like we've seen with France. Today, we're focusing on one of these French footballers. We all had high expectations for him, but fate had other plans. Welcome to the rise and fall of Paul Pogba. Welcome to Hot Ball. Most of you might not know this, but Paul Pogba began his professional football career in 2009 at Manchester United under 23 during the reign of Sir Alex Ferguson. At that time, Manchester United was one of the best teams in the world, competing with the likes of Real Madrid. The players on that Manchester United team were all world-class and hungry for more victories, making it difficult for young Paul Pogba to make it to the first team. This only made him hungrier to play. So in 2012, he made the bold decision to leave Manchester United on a free transfer, joining Italian giants Juventus for more playing time. It was here that his rise truly began. He won 4 consecutive Serie A titles, 2 Coppa Italias, and was named the Golden Boy of 2013. But he wasn't done yet. In 2015, he took Juventus to the Champions League final. At this point, you could call him world-class, because he was now the next big thing in football. Fans were already calling him the next Maradona, and he proved them right every time he stepped onto the pitch. Big clubs were already scouting and following him match after match, all willing to break the bank to secure his talent. Then came the 2016 transfer window. All the top clubs were sending representatives to his agents, trying to convince him to join. Paul Pogba felt the attention and knew he had to make the right decision. There was no rush. The transfer window was open for a month, giving him plenty of time to weigh his options. He knew his next decision could either make or break his career. After weeks of analyzing and assessing his options, Paul Pogba finally decided on what he felt was best for him. He prioritized a place he once called home, even though they hadn't noticed him at first. This shut down the hopes of Chelsea, Real Madrid, Barcelona, and even Juventus, who wanted him to renew his contract with a pay raise. Broken-hearted, Juventus made it clear that anyone who wanted Pogba had to pay a record-breaking fee. If you recall, at this point, Manchester United was already struggling after several poor seasons following Sir Alex Ferguson's retirement. They needed a messiah to end their trophy drought, so they brought in Jose Mourinho as head coach. We all know Mourinho is serious about winning, with at least one trophy expected when he takes charge of a club. So, when Mourinho joined Manchester United, he convinced the board that the best support they could give him, the chosen one, was signing the one and only Paul Pogba. Manchester United was fully convinced about the potential of Pogba and Mourinho working together. That's why they went all in, breaking the bank to sign Pogba. The world was shaken by this record-breaking transfer, and Manchester United fans flooded social media to celebrate and mock other fans about the new devil in town, ready to attack. All this is because they were convinced that Pogba was the missing piece. For Pogba, he was sure he'd made the right decision and that nothing would stop him from making Manchester United great again. Little did he know, his second homecoming would be the beginning of his end. On a Friday night, Pogba made his second debut for Manchester United against Southampton, impressing everyone, including Mourinho, who was also making his home debut as United's coach. They won the game comfortably with a 2-0 scoreline, with Pogba bagging an assist. He played 4 consecutive games, involving himself in 4 goals, before he tore his thigh muscle and missed the next 7 games. Mourinho wasn't happy, but chose to wait. Here's something you have to understand. Pogba was big, and everyone ranked him highly, including Mourinho. But as we often see with fame, money, and greatness, pride starts to grow. Left unchecked, it can be a downfall. This was the case for Pogba. While injured, Mourinho asked him to stay in Manchester for assessment to speed up his recovery. But Pogba had other plans, jetting off to Miami without his boss's approval. When Mourinho questioned him, Pogba questioned Mourinho's tactics on the pitch. So, Mourinho told Pogba the truth. Mourinho actually told Pogba that his character actually kills the mentality of good, honest people in a vicious tirade. I want you to understand this. In that first season, Pogba and Mourinho won 3 trophies together. However, the relationship broke down in the 2017 to 2018 season, when Pogba started showing signs of unfitness and a lack of leadership. So Mourinho stripped him of the vice-captaincy in the interest of the team. Their relationship soured, and Pogba found himself out of the starting 11. But in football, when a player and coach clash, if the team isn't performing, club owners often side with the player, and that's what happened. Manchester United sacked Mourinho to give Pogba a fresh start under a new coach, hoping it would revive his career. Remarkably, Pogba even won the World Cup. During this turbulent period, Manchester United didn't have to look far for Mourinho's replacement. He was already at the club, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Although Pogba and Solskjaer didn't win a trophy together, they had a decent run. But Pogba's career continued to decline and crumbled down due to unavoidable circumstances. He was plagued by injuries, losing his confidence, and many began to see him as an average player. Concerned, Pogba decided to leave Manchester United and return to Juventus on a free transfer. But his struggles followed him. Injuries persisted, and in a shocking twist, Pogba tested positive for testosterone boosters and was banned from football for 4 years by the Italian Football Federation. It was not a shock for most of us. This incident only made it clear to the world what was happening to the once promising star. Pogba tried to clear his name. It's hard to argue against an entire federation. The reality is, Pogba was indeed using testosterone drugs. Fortunately, this experience has given Pogba a newfound humility. He's realized that talent alone isn't enough. Humility, respect, and hard work are essential. We've learned this from legends like Ronaldo and Messi. Fortunately for Pogba, his ban was reduced to 1 year. The question is it too late for a comeback? Welcome to Hot Ball, and we'll see you next time.